Good morning. Hello, everyone. It's been a while. I know it seems kind of weird. I'll be honest, it seems a little weird for me not to be on here with you guys 3 days out of the week like I used to. It's different.
It sure is.
It's different. But I told you, God said it was going to look different. And it sure has been looking different. So, how you guys doing? Did everybody have a good weekend? If you guys are on here with us, please say hello. Let us know you're here with us. Let us know what you are drinking. We are both having a cup of coffee,
Coffee.
our delicious Carolina coffee beans. Mm-hmm.
In
Love.
And my Carolina mug.
Yeah, the special mug that I got for him when I was at my
Ferry.
dear friend's house. Yes, Sneed's Ferry. That's where she's from. So you guys, we had it was a good weekend. Oh my gosh, it was such a good weekend. Woo! Oh my gosh,
Incoming.
my painting just fell. I'm gonna leave it on the floor for now. I got too close to it. We had such a great weekend. I personally had a really good weekend. I'm assuming you did too. But
The whole week. Last week was a good week. Good weekend.
It was. So last week, so we were going to jump on with you guys on Friday night. I swear to you, we were going to jump on. However, God had different plans for us. We were invited to go to a worship gathering in Newtown, and I'm so glad we went because we saw some friends that we've not seen in a while. And we were so blessed with such a beautiful anointed voice by our friend Amy and her husband. And it was just amazing. It was such a great worship night. And so, but from that, like Wednesday night, guys, I went out a lot last week. I was out of the house. Wednesday night, Bob played with Ed Randis, which is a part of a revival sound, the new revival sound. And that's how his whole journey started in his music, ministry. And so it was great to have the two of them playing again. And it blessed my heart. And it was exactly what I needed, to just get refueled, to just get rebooted again. And then I wrote about this in my Canvas Moments in my creative blog, if you guys haven't read it yet, but it really refueled what I needed in my spirit. And then and then to be piggybacked by another worship gathering on Friday night. It was just amazing for me. And it just refreshed my soul. And it actually inspired me to want to create. It inspired me to sit down and just spend some time painting. And that's when I painted my tulips. I actually painted 3 sets of, tulips. And it was just so peaceful for me. It just, God gave me his shalom peace. And it was just amazing. And then we had an event at River of Life in Talent on Saturday, which was also, again, another blessing. It was just beautiful. It was a beautiful praise and painting event that we did, so again, just another beautiful moment with God to just praise and worship him through painting and music and fellowship with the others that were there. And so it was really a very nice weekend. And then of course we celebrated St. Patrick's Day on Sunday, and the two of us were silly and we made it really cheerful and joyful for Mama Trapp. And so it was nice. And we ended up, usually she's the one that actually ends up cooking the Irish meal. She ends up cooking the whole corned beef and cabbage and potatoes and carrots and does all the above. But we decided that we would do it. And it was the simplest thing to cook, right? There was like nothing to it. I was telling actually Lisa about it yesterday. And because she was like, I've never made corned beef before. How do you make it? And I said, the biggest thing about corned beef when you actually cook it is that it just takes a long time, because it has to boil for 4 hours.
It's the technique of how I put the meat in the water that really makes a difference.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. But I mean, it is, of course, if the seasoning, and again, I thought it came out delicious with the actual seasons that it comes with. We added an onion bowl with some cloves, but that's pretty much it. I mean, it was
Extra bay
nothing.
leaves I put in.
Oh, you did? Okay, so some extra bay leaves. But other than that, and it came out delicious. It was perfect. It was like not overly salted or anything like that. Thankfully, and it was such a great day. It really was. It was such a great day. So we had a really just refreshing, a good rest, over the weekend. Right?
Sure did, honey.
We did. We really did. So, you guys, if you're on here with us, please say hello and let us know you're here so that we can say hi. So, as I mentioned to you guys before, that things were going to be a little different. And it has been. It's been very different. We decided to do these aha moments with you guys, and it could be random, when we pop on. We're not, it just depends on our schedule and things and what we have going on. But as you know, from, those of you that are reading my Canvas Moments, my creative blog, I, for years now, and oh, that's another thing I was celebrating this weekend, is celebrating 5 years that I began my art ministry, and even 5 years that Bob started his music ministry as well, because it was shortly thereafter. It was like a few months after that he started playing, with Ed Randus. And so, yeah, it was 5 years, right?
Yeah. Let's see, Ashley's on.
Actually, I think it's going to be 5 years in August for you.
It was 2019.
Yeah, August. So it's going to be 5 years in August for you. So it's not quite 5 years yet.
It was September 2019.
Well, August is when
August.
we had.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
That's Sunday.
But yeah, and I know
Sunday
because I remember.
Litchfield Hills Church with Pastor Joshi Ball.
Yes,
and Ashley
you did. I didn't go.
And her young prophets. The boys went.
I was minding the food.
Yeah. You were in charge of cabbage.
Yeah. See, she was reminding you.
I was just waiting for my chance.
The young prophets.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so yeah. So where was I? So yes, so 5 years, you guys, and you have all been a part of that, and it's such a blessing. 5 years this month that I began this art ministry, and it all started in the town of Watertown. As a matter of fact, that was where I had my first creative Bible journaling gatherings, and it was like, wow, and to see where it's come, to see the progress from that time to today, it's like crazy to me. Like, for me to see the things that I'm painting now compared to what I used to doodle, it's like, right. So it's just amazing to me, amazing, because God did all of that. He was my instructor. And so it's been a blessing. It's been such a great journey. And so going back to what I was talking about, being different, how things are so different for us. Like this morning I had a major aha moment. I think after talking to Bob about it, it became an aha for him as well. But last night I was feeling a little down in the dumps, and it was just because I feel like, and you guys know this about me, I have shared openly so much about this stuff with you guys, through the years. And I feel like I'm still going around the same mountain with my finances. Same mountain over and over and over again. And last night as a matter of fact, when I was praying about it and journaling about it, it's exactly what I was saying about just being around this mountain. God, why am I still going around this mountain? And, what am I not doing that I should be doing? Maybe there's something that I'm doing to keep me from abundantly being blessed. Everything that God has promised me and everything that God has promised us, and because I know Bob feels the same way. And it's this morning. So this morning we're about to read our devotional that we've been reading. And oh my goodness, talk about like God just like speaking to you, it just confirmed everything that I was feeling, what I was, concerned about, so on and so forth. And but it also gave us um, just a different perspective and what to look forward to. I guess, that everything we do, you guys, we are, and I know that this is so hard for a lot of us. It is hard for me. It is hard for me to think of myself as royalty or daughter of the king, when I am struggling financially and still going around that same circle, same mountain, and it's hard for me to think beyond that. But God has shown me and has shown Bob and revealed to us so many times over and over and over again that we are royalty and that we are the daughter and son of the king and that we are not paupers, and so that we need to supersize, right? That we need to supersize, to size up to the big God dreams, because that's his promise to us. And so this morning, as we were reading it, it was all about supersizing and all about sizing up and living like you are the daughter and son of the king. And I know it's hard. It's hard. It's hard to do that when you're in a bind. But I feel like that's what we need to be delivered from. We need to. Good morning, brother. David is here. Good morning, Marianne. We need to be delivered from that financial bondage and that mindset, that pauper mindset. And I ask that you guys pray with us on that. What were you going to say?
Well, in the devotion, they talked about how your circumstances can change, but it takes a while for your mind to catch up.
Yes.
So I feel like we're walking into this new season,
but how long does it have to catch up?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
Hurry up.
That's what I'm saying, because it's been years. For me, it's been years. And I know that a lot of things God has also been teaching me through the years, and how to steward my money better, how to be, what to do, so on and so forth, things like that. I know that was a big part of it as well. And I have gotten better. I'm much better today than I used to be as far as money and spending and where it goes and things like that. Just stewarding your finances and being better with that.
But stuff happens. Remember in the time of King Herod Antipas, the taxes were so high that they stole the land. Remember that? The documentary you were watching? Nazareth, it was Galilee, was the richest farmland. And the king saw that, so he kept raising the taxes, and the farmers ended up losing their land. It's almost like what's going on today. I think, David, you know about that, where you are. They just keep raising the prices.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes it difficult for the little people, the farmers. They ended up taking all the land. They would belong to the state.
It does make it difficult. I mean, we're in a recession right now here in the States, and I think probably worldwide, but it's just, it still does not, it still should not stop us from having the mindset of royalty.
No.
And that's what I'm saying. And that's where's that fine line, you guys? Like, where do we make sure that we keep ourselves from not being humble, and not, and being content with where we are? That's biblical, right? I forget what the scripture is, but we're to be content with what we have. But I don't think we're to be content with being poor. I don't think we're to be content with not having all that God has promised us, abundantly. And that's where it's hard to balance.
Yeah, for years, it's like we live with our nose right at the water line. And as soon as we start to get up a little bit, it seems like something happens and pushes our head back down. Yeah. It gets very tiring treading water for years.
It does.
It does.
It truly does.
But whether I have $1 in my pocket or $1,000, it doesn't change who I am. I'm still the king's son. I just didn't stock up, put money in my pocket that day.
But now we got to start supersizing.
Supersize it.
You guys remember back in the day when McDonald's supersized their fries? Like everything was supersized. It's like it's just the way of the world, right? You know, you start with very small, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's like supersized. Right? And you start going. I remember when they first came out with all of that, and they would always ask, you know, do you want to supersize that? Well, God wants us to supersize our lives and supersize our mindset to thinking like a king and a queen, right? He wants us to do that.
Yeah, like in the prayer of Jabez, and enlarge our territory. I mean, we want to take more for the king.
Yes, that's right.
We have an influence wherever we put down our foot.
And that's
holy
exactly
ground.
what God's been showing me more and more and more is about our territory and enlarging our territory and making room for more to expand it. Yes, that's right.
And Brother David, how's things going over there? Any luck in the housing market? So everybody pray for our brother David.
Yes, we will do that as well. We'll definitely be praying for you, David. So what was the other thought that I had in my mind? I forget. Oh, so when I was talking about being different, you know, and that's kind of why I was in the dumps, is because things have been different in this season for the both of us, you know, in a big way, because Bob is now semi-retired. That's tremendously different, which can also change things, you know, financially. And then the same for me. My ministry has changed tremendously in the sense that I was working out monthly. You know, I had monthly venues that I worked with regularly, like 3 to 6 monthly venues that I was getting income from on a regular basis every single month. And I don't have that anymore. It just, all those doors, God just like closed all those doors. And I always know that he's got something bigger planned, but it has set us back financially in a big way. And that's why I was in the dumps, because I was like, okay, here we are again, going around that mountain. And I just don't get it. And I'm being honest with you guys. I just don't get it sometimes. I'm like,
yeah, it's not like we live an extravagant lifestyle.
No, we don't, you know, and it's
our newest car is a 2011.
Yeah. And which is one of the things that I think that
which we're grateful for.
Yes, we are. Car. We are grateful for. But I think that's one of the things that I think God was showing us this morning, is that it's time for us to supersize. It's time for us to start sizing things up until it's there, you know, and living like that, because God will make, he'll bring it. He will actually make a way for us to have the things that he has promised us, you know. And yes, you're right. We don't live an extravagant lifestyle. We don't. But I think maybe that's one of the things that we're doing wrong. And maybe that's why we're still stuck around that mountains, just like the Israelites, you know. It wasn't all of the Israelites that made it to the promised land. It was 2 people. Because those 2 people, you know, were not afraid, but they believed what God was promising them. And they knew without a doubt at all that land was, why is it giving me a thumbs up? that land was going to have the milk and honey that God promised them. But all the other people were like, nope, we're grasshoppers.
Yep, just Caleb and Joshua, the only 2.
Yeah, we're nothing. Their identity was like paupers. And because of that.
And when they say in our own eyes, it was their own imaginations that they saw themselves that way.
Exactly. It was their pauper identity, you guys.
It's okay, honey.
Oh, I was already in tears this morning just thinking about it, because I'm like, you know, I don't want to have that mentality, right? I don't want to go around that mountain. I don't want to go around that mountain anymore. I'm tired of going around that mountain. I don't have a tissue with me.
Use my sleeve.
No. Oh, so yeah, you guys. So
And what we would call extravagant isn't extravagant. We just want to make ends meet and be able to give more. Bless people.
no, we don't want to make ends meet. No, that's thinking like a pauper.
I
We
mean,
don't want to
and
just
have
make ends
extra to
meet.
do. I mean, I don't want.
That's what we've been doing.
I don't want a G5. I don't want my own jet. I don't.
No, I know what you're saying, but if God gives you one, why not?
Okay, I'll take it. But if he gives me a car, I want a chauffeur for it. I hate driving.
Exactly. Yes, and that's just it. Yes, we want to be able to give more. We want to be able to travel, and we want to travel, we want to give, we want to tithe wherever we want to tithe, and and we don't have the ability to do that, and because we're stuck around that mountain. So yes, so please, just keep us in your prayers, and I hope that this encourages you guys also as well. I hope that is encouraging to you to the identity. It's that identity within ourselves, knowing without a doubt that you are truly the son and the daughter of the Most High King, that you are royalty, and that you are not meant to live a pauper identity. None of us are. And so I hope that this encourages you guys. And that was my aha moment.
And we are rich because of all of you. The people God brings into our lives.
That's right.
We are more precious than silver and gold and rubies.
Absolutely. We love you guys. We love you guys. You guys have a blessed week. We will probably most likely be on Friday night. That will be where God will be speaking through Bob. I'll just say it that way. He's going to be sharing a little bit more about his writing journey on Friday night. So hopefully you guys can join us 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. We love you guys. Go out there and be a blessing, and we will see you then. Bye.